All right, so in this video, I have the latest and greatest version of the New Balance FuelCell Propel V5. This is the first V5 we've seen with the fuel cell stuff. This is the wide version, as I always love to get with my fuel cells, just because, you know, I have a little bit of a wider foot. And I love that New Balance offers wide versions of fuel cell. This is a look at the model, and it looks very similar to like the Rebels in a sense, where you have like the really crazy geometric midsoles. So I wore these for the last like week or so, and in my opinion, this is the best Propel that we have to date for casual usage. Somebody like myself just likes to be able to put this shoe on and walk around and, you know, take the dogs on a walk. Costco runs are exceptionally fun in this shoe. So I'm not a runner, unfortunately, as of yet. I always keep thinking I'm gonna jumpstart and start doing it. It's really hard, man. I've never been a really good runner, but eventually it's gonna happen. Anyway, this pair of shoes is a running shoe. $120 is again the retail price on them. And man, you get a lot of crazy goodness in this sneaker. Some people actually might prefer this sneaker over the more expensive FuelCell Rebel V4. This is the V5 version. And I feel like New Balance really elevated their game and they gave you a really nice complete package in this product. The V4s were really nice as well. I did a review on those last year. So if you guys do want to buy a pair of these, I will link them in the description of the video as well as a pinned comment. If you guys do use my link specifically, I do get a little bit of a kickback, but it lets New Balance know that you guys rock with the channel, saw the content, and appreciate the content. And honestly, I couldn't ask for more. Like, that is the way you guys support my channel immensely when you guys do that. So thank you so much for anybody that uses my links to purchase any of my sneakers. But I wanted to give you guys some words of what New Balance says about the product specifically, and then we'll get into more details. So something that I like about New Balance that they've actually added to their website, you actually have this section that gives you just quick stat data about the products. I absolutely love this. Kudos to the New Balance team that's actually creating this data. For one, it says this is best for all day wear. Love that. The fact that it doesn't say marathons or anything, it just says all day wear. We like to see that. Cushioning, it does say soft. Support, it does say neutral. Weight, it says 9.9 ounces, and it does have a 6 mm heel to toe drop. The description is very simple. It just says, designed with comfort and energy return top of mind, this versatile running shoe is crafted for runners of all styles. So this is kind of like an entry-level running pair of sneakers, but I can tell you guys, you put this on feet and it's not an entry-level feel. It's incredibly soft underfoot. For those people that do not know, FuelCell is like the softer, more like responsive foam that they have. Fresh Foam X is supposed to be more like the cushioned pair of sneakers. So like softer, pillowy landings. This is more propulsive feel and just something that has a little bit more spring back. And Propel is obviously a smart name for something that's supposed to have like a propulsive feel. And one of the things that I've found confusing from New Balance as well as other brands out there is that they have a proprietary foam. They call it one thing, but it's not the same on every single model that you try. Like the fuel cell on the New Balance 990V, a lot firmer than the fuel cell that is on this shoe. This fuel cell on the Propel V5 is much softer than the fuel cell foam on the Propel V4. So sometimes that fuel cell compound can change depending on the models. And as somebody that casually tries out these super foams, I'm not the expert that's gonna go, yes, this is the exact same fuel cell as in this other model. It's just me guessing a lot of the times, unfortunately. But I will tell you guys that this is softer than the V4 from my experience. And I will tell you that this feels like on par with what we actually have on the Rebel, which is a really, really crazy thing that the fuel cell is super soft on the lower tiered model. The fact that they put on the fuel cell in the Propel and they made it like equally good makes this a very valuable purchase for somebody looking for a comfortable pair of sneakers at a lower price point than that, you know, FuelCell Elite or even that $140 FuelCell Rebel V4. I would say the upper in general is very breathable. It's like engineered mesh, but it does have a little bit of linear patterns on the upper, which is kind of a fun look there. You do have a fused on N on one side that's fairly large, and then a smaller N on the side. It does say NB Propel on the back section of the shoe, and then you do have fused on little triangles that actually add some nice little texture to the back of the shoe. You don't have any reinforcement on the mud guard, but you do have extra reinforcement with fused on materials over the lace section of the shoe. And then you do have a tag on the tongue that does say FuelCell Propel. The lace loop goes on the top of the tongue, but it doesn't protrude out the back and is stitched on the back. When you do have the stitching on the back, it actually really irritates my foot. So the fact that they actually capped it on the top and they sewed it into the seam, it's a small little thing like that that I noticed on the footwear, and I'm really, really thankful that they did that. There's a decent amount of padding around the heel of the shoe. It feels nice. It's not crazy overly padded, but it definitely is enough to get the job done. And there's a little bit of padding on the tongue as well. But really though, the midsole is where all the magic happens. It's soft, it feels great. You do also have this integrated plastic plate in the middle of the shoe that adds a little propulsiveness to the shoe as you're walking around in them. But I wanted to point this out. It's not something that you feel is going to be like detrimental to you to wear casually, because it does have a plate in it in a sense where it's not a carbon fiber plate, but it's a plastic plate. It doesn't feel like a crazy rocker motion per se, like some of the other shoes out there. It's just overall a compliment to the foam and the overall feeling and the sensation of the fuel cell underfoot. Now they are right. I would say that the fuel cell does feel really soft on this shoe. It's a very comfortable shoe overall. And something that's noteworthy as well, you do have some forefoot squish in the shoe, also in the midsole, which is something that you don't usually get in like a $120 runner. It's usually something you feel in more of the max cushion runners that are upwards of $160, $180. You feel it in a $120 shoe, very nice. You do have a nice amount of traction on the bottom of the shoe as well. There is a big section right here where the fuel cell is direct underfoot, and that is something that does show a little bit of wear and tear. Will it rip, will it tear over time though? Honestly, I don't know. Leave a comment in the comment section if you guys have had problems with that in the past. I haven't had any problems with that in the past, but that doesn't mean it's not possible to happen. So is the Propel V5 a buy or not? Personally, for me, I say it's a cut above the V4. If you have the option to get the V4 on sale or the V5, V5 is, in my opinion, completely superior. Like, it's so much more comfortable. I love that I can get a wide version. The tongue is able to be relaxed. The midsole is surprisingly good. There's also a nice amount of width to the back of the shoe. I got the wide version, but there's enough width back here. I don't feel like I'm gonna roll an ankle. Again, pound for pound, this might be the best pair of sneakers you can buy for comfort-wise for that $120 price point. If it was $100, I would say this would be a fire sale. It'd be so easy for everybody just to get this one because it's the best. It would be the best $100 sneaker on the market. It's $120 though. So for that extra $20, I'd say it's definitely worth it. Don't buy coffee for like 2 or 3 days and save up that extra $20 and buy these ones, I would say. Anyways, leave a comment in the comment section. What do you guys think about these guys? I think they're excellent. Appreciate y'all for stopping by and watching. Expect a video comparing these to the Rebel V4s very soon. So make sure, again, you subscribe. And thank you again for watching. Hopefully you have a good rest of the day. All right, peace, guys.